Right, we're back in the city. We're playing a Maelstrom of War mission, and it's tactical escalation. So the more the turns go on, the more objectives you'll be able to require to seize or achieve. So we're in a built-up city again, but there is quite a lot of open space, and the objectives have been placed. So although it's quite built up, there's still going to be quite a lot of line of sight. So we'll go on a tour of the objectives. So we've got one inside this building here, another one just down there, another one right in the centre of the road, there's another just outside the building, another on the gantry there, and the last one just outside of the manufacturing building over there, just in the distance. So we've rolled for deployment, and it's Dawn of War, so the Space Wolves will be on this side of the board and the Night Lords will be on the other. Okay, we've got 2,000 points of Space Wolves. We're using Chrome Dragon Gears, so of course we've got to have the Drakeslayers. So these are in a Wolf Claw Strike Force, that is the main detachment. So for the Grey Pack, of course it's the Drakeslayers, so as we said, we've got Chrome Dragon Gears leading this one again, as he should. He's got 3 Wolf Guard Terminators, as you see with the Storm Shields and Hammers. And we've got 2 units of Blood Claws. And in here we've got Power Fist, and the Pack Leader's got the Wolf Claws, and there's just a plain 5-man unit there. We've got a unit of Long Fangs. These have got 2 missile launchers and a plasma cannon. The 2 missile launchers have flak ammunition. They're going to be in a Rhino. And then we've got 2 units of Grey Hunters, so these are exactly the same. Plasma gun in each, they've all got close combat weapons. And they'll both be in their corresponding Razorbacks with everything that you see there. So all vehicles have dozer blades as well. And we have an auxiliary, it's Murder Fang. He's got a drop pod with a Deathwind launcher. And we've got a formation here, it's another auxiliary. It is the Spear of Russ. So it's an Iron Priest and a Predator Annihilator and a Redeemer Land Raider with the multi-melter on top. So he'll be able to give this formation extra special rules, things like preferred enemy, and the Land Raider can give off Power of the Machine Spirit as well. So it's a really good formation, I really like that one. And then we've got an allied detachment as well. So because in the last game Celestine never got a look in because it was decided by then, we're going to play her again. So here she is, just the HQ for the allied detachment. Crom is the Warlord, of course, so she's just tagging along. And we've got, for the troops, a unit of Death Watch. So we've got 6 in there. One's got a combi melter, the rest have got bolt guns, and there's a frag cannon in there as well. So with the Space Wolf contingent, if you're not aware of what the Wolf Claw Strike Force can do, if one of the units is charged, you can counter charge at the end of your opponent's charge phase, so you can charge them in their own phase. So it's pretty useful, and Crom's going to give, as long as he's alive, he's going to give everyone Furious Charge as well, and all characters in that formation get preferred enemy when in a challenge, so it's pretty good. And Celestine. She's pretty good herself, so I'm really looking forward to using Celestine here.
Alright, so what we've got here is 2,000 points of Night Lords. It's a Night Lords Legion, and they have the Midnight Clad, the Skyborn Horror and Terratatic special rules. The whole lot also form the Sons of Curse, which is a special detachment, and they have the Talon Masters, which reroll the Warlord trait, Strike, Fast and Hard, they can reroll charges, failed charges. And they have nocturnal warfare, which allows them night vision, and +1 cover save at night. So the warband is the main focus over the army. The warband has it has 2 units of troops, so 5, and a champion with boulders, and there's a Havoc squad there, and they have a las cannon. And they're all rhinos with Havoc launchers. There's 3 Terminators, 2 of them have combi melters, and the other guy's a chain fist. The leader of the warband is the guy with the power claws, and then we have 3 bikes, and we've got the Raptor Talon here, led by the boss, and he has the Fox Dominatus, which gives enemy -1 leadership within 6 inches, and makes the enemy -1 on their reserve rolls. And he has charge of 3 units of Raptors. As you can see, there's 6 in each. Champions have lightning claws. One of them has a power fist, and there's a couple of melters in one. And then we have the Helldrake Terror Pack, 2 of those, and the Lord of the Legion. He's turned into a Demon Prince. He's got the Martyr Singe, he's got a Stonebolt plate, 2+ save there.
Right, so he's got
yeah, spell from me.
2+ save. He's got a +1 to his cover save, and he's got stealth, so he's going to be saving on pretty much 2s throughout the game with a reroll of 1 since he's dealing the Zinj, so it's a really powerful combination. And as we all know, the Raptor Talon, they can charge on the turn that they arrive, so there's melter guns. I'm sure they've all got melter bombs over there.
Yeah, they've got melter bombs.
Yeah, so
well, 2 of the units have melter bombs.
So it's pretty nasty. We've got an anti-armor one here with the 2 melter guns, and then plasma gun, the flavor in that one, and in that one. So these are something to look out for. It's going to be horrible. Night Lords have fear with a -2, but it's not going to really make an appearance this game, unfortunately, because Space Marines know no fear. But it's definitely a powerful combination, having these Helldrakes in the force as well. So it's definitely something to get excited about for the future, that fear tactic. But this should be really, really good as well. Okay, both sides are deployed now. The Night Lords did roll first, so they're the ones who set up first. And it's worth noting that most things have objectives secured. It's only the Demon Prince and the Raptors who don't, so that's probably going to come into play as it always does. So that's a good rule for the Night Lords there.
The Raptors.
And on top of that as well, we've rolled to play Death in the Skies. We'll have a roll off because the Space Wolves didn't want to play it. The Night Lords do, and that would have given them maximum control of the reserves. They're going to get the reserves in on a 2, so those Helldrakes will turn up as soon as possible, but the Raptors have chosen to deploy, so they're right on the deployment line. And of course, with this whole detachment, you can just declare it's night on the first turn, so that's what the Night Lords have done in true Night Lord style. So they're attacking at night in the city, and it means they're going to have a +1 to the cover save, not just stealth. So it's effectively going to be shrouded for all non-vehicle units. And so there's a Rhino here. This has got tacticals inside. There's a Raptor squad on that objective, There's another Raptor squad there. Another one here, joined by the Warlord with the claws. With the Demon Prince close in tow, he's got some nasty psychic powers. He's effectively going to be a Helldrake himself. He's got a template AP2, I think. The bikes right there as well, they're going to have objectives secured, so that's a really nice unit. And we've got the Havocs in here, so there's a las cannon that can fire out the hatch. It's got an okay line of sight, you can see some things, but more importantly, it's holding an objective at the same time. And we've got Terminators and another Rhino, so spread all across the board to try and cover those objectives. And the Space Wolves have to deal with that, so we've got the long fangs in this Rhino, just out of sight of everything just about, supported by a unit of Blood Claws. The Grey Hunters in this one, again that's going to try and get into a firefight with the Havoc squad at long range. And there's Crom, he's with the elite Terminators inside of the Land Raider, and the Iron Priest is in there as well. And here we've got Celestine, she's joined herself to the Death Watch, but she's still in gold. She hasn't painted her armour black, but she's joined the unit because she's going to be able to take most hits on her and the Gemini Superior, trying to save those Death Watch. Got another unit of Grey Hunters here, and Blood Claws, and then the Predator right on this side. So just need to be careful, need to try and think in advance for those Helldrakes coming on. The Space Wolves have got intel that there's 2 inbound, so they're going to have to do what they can to try and combat that. So there's an objective in that building, so that's one they can hold onto, and then there's another just in the street there, right down from the Land Raider, and there's another one just there. So to try to put themselves in decent positions to get what is, or what could be required. So the only thing left to do is see if the Space Wolves can steal the initiative. Nope, it's a 2, so Night Lords will go first. Right, Night Lords on the move in turn 1, so they're just scrambling for the, well, don't have to scramble for anything really. The objective that they need is objective 1, and it's right here, right before the Night Lords already, and they're getting into the centre of the board, ready to spring some counter attacks. So they're very good at that with the jump packs. The bikes have pulled around the side, the Terminators and the Rhino are ploughing on, and the main attack, the Demon Prince, he's only in jump mode, he's not in flight, and the Raptor, Warlord and his squad are in tow. So big push down the middle, so this squad's seizing that objective, it's going to give them a point early. This Rhino moves 12, pops smoke right in front of that Predator Annihilator down the street. So because it's night, it's going to be a 4+ save out in the open, so if there's ever a time to dash across the road, now is the time. And these Raptors have jumped over from this location. These are the ones with the double melter gun. They're not too far away from that Land Raider, because the Land Raider can't just stay there all game, so they're ready to mount a counter attack, and they're probably going to run closer as well. So turns ahead here, so the Night Lords are thinking ahead for that. So there's some shooting to do, and mostly it's going to come from a las cannon out of the top hatch here. Right, so we've got a las cannon from the Havocs right through the gaps here, all the way down at that Razorback over there. So here we go, does he hit? It's a hit, and it's 11 on the front, so a 1 is no good, so get off light there. And then there's a Havoc launcher that will be firing on it as well. Right, so the Havoc launcher from the Havoc's Rhino has a go, lands a shot right there. It is strength 5, so it can hurt, so he's going to need a 6. No, so no damage at all. So minimal shooting from the Night Lords in turn 1, just a 1 las cannon. Now everyone has moved flat out or ran, so this rhinos move flat out. It's looking to probably get to grips with this unit of blood claws and probably the long fangs rhino. So there's some high value targets there, and the Night Lord's Terminators they've ran as well. Bikes move flat out just there. And then the Warlord's Raptor unit, they run 6 into the building, so they are occupying that now. The Demon Prince only runs 2, so he's run around the corner. These run 4, still holding that objective, so that is that point scored. And these only run 2. But it's worth noting that the mysterious objectives, this is a +1 to the cover save, so this has turned out to be a super smoke grenade. It's going to have a 3+ save even out in the open, 5 because of the smoke, 1 because it's night, and then 1 because of the scatter field. Right, the Space Wolves in their turn 1. Looking to seize this objective. That's going to give them recon, so the Bloodclaws step forward. They're going to get that. It's dangerous with these 2 Helldrakes coming on, being so packed together, but that's the only player we've got. We're going to have to try and give them a target somewhere. This has stayed still. We're going to try and fire some rockets at the Rhino coming around the corner. But this is where the action is here. Celestine separates herself from the Death Watch, jumps over the top, passes dangerous terrain test on this lip here, and we're going to try and get into the Raptor squad straight away. Try and nip that in the bud. And we've played one of her Saintly Blessings. It's for the HQ units. Are going to have Zealot, so that's going to count for her and the Superior. And the Land Raider moves forward 6 turns. We're going to get a Flamestorm, or Hellstorm, Flamestorm, template up at them. Try and ignore that cover save that they've got. And Crom and the Terminators and the Iron Priest, they're going to get out and look to assault around the corner at that Demon Prince. We can see him, so we shall try and get him while he's grounded, because if he takes to the skies he's going to be untouchable. So here the Predator's going to try and duel with this Rhino, and the Bloodclaws step through and over. They're going to run a little bit. We're going to try and hold this objective as long as we can until those Helldrakes come on. And the Death Watch, they haven't really got anywhere to go. They're going to be targeted, I'm sure, but they're going to try and do some shooting beforehand. And Murderfang comes in from orbit, lands on this objective here, so the drop pod is scoring it, or will be scoring it if that Rhino moves away. This Rhino has objective secured, so technically it is scoring, but with Murderfang around we don't know how long that Rhino and its contents are going to be around for. So drop pod is in a good position. It's got the Deathwind launcher, and Murderfang steps out. We're going to try and deal with these Raptors. There's 2 melter guns in there. Going to have to deal with a lot of them in case there's a counter attack on Murderfang. So Flamer templates and Hellstorm templates, AP3 templates. That's the remedy of the day with all this cover save stuff going on. So it's time to see if we have the blessings of the Emperor here. Right, so this Predator opens up proceedings. We can't see with 1 las cannon, so we hit with 1, penetrated with 1, and now it's a 3+ cover save for the Smoky Rhino. And easily gets it. That's the Night Lords for you. Alright, we're firing the drop pod next. So the Deathstorm missile launcher, we'll place it just on the back of him. We're going to cover all 6, and we got a direct hit. So there's 6 under the template, wounding on 3s. Right, that's pretty good. That's 4 wounds the Raptors are going to have to save. Okay, 4 wounds on the Raptors, saving on 3s, 1 dies. So where we'll place the drop pod, that will be a melter gun. Murderfang's up next. He's firing his heavy flamer. He's getting 4 under that template. Just about. Yep, 4. And he's wounding on 3s. Alright, so there's 2 wounds. Okay, 7 on 3s for these Raptors. Both save. Right, we've got a Stormbolter left on Murderfang. So forced to hit with the Stormbolter because his ballistic skill isn't great. Nope, he's missed. So the Raptor's just 1 melter gun down. Right, we're going to do the long fangs out the top hatch of this Rhino, at this Rhino. So we've got 2 rockets hitting on 3s, 2 hits, strength 8, and there's 2 pens. So it is 25% obscured, and it's night, so it's going to be saving on 3s this Rhino, and mix them both. So again, Night Lords really Really saving themselves because of that night rule. Good work. This Razorback returns fire with the las cannon, twin link las cannon at the Havoc Rhino. We've already penetrated and they rolled a 1 to save. So it's already gone through. Knight isn't saving them this time, so we're going to see what the damage is. It explodes on a 6. Wow, big result there. Alright, so and then a Night Lord died in the explosion, but luckily the Sergeant is still there, or the Aspiring Champion rather, and is the las cannon. But that's going to cost the Night Lord's first blood, and so that's already 2 points to the Space Wolves for recon and first blood. So got the point, and there's still a lot to do in the centre of the battlefield here. So let's get these flamers wound up and ready to go. Right, so Flamestone Cannon on this side, we're going to fire it into the building here, and we'll be able to get 4 under the template. We're not able to get further, unfortunately, because we still need line of sight up and into that top window, which would just say God, with that being able to go upwards. And we're going to give a preferred enemy with this formation for the Iron Priest. So these are wounding on 2s with rerolls. Don't need the rerolls, that's 4 wounds, so let's see if there's any one of importance in there. Okay, there's a champion, so it's going to be 1 dead and then a lookout sir to try and save your lightning claws guy. And then it's onto him and then onto the warlord, so we'll get these resolved. Alright, so able to kill a plasma pistol, the sergeant and another, and then the warlord makes a save on his sigil of corruption, so he makes it. And then on Power the Machine Spirit we're going to do the assault cannon through that gap just about at the raptors behind the wall. Alright, so the angle's a bit too tight in the assault cannon on further look, so we're going to fire the multi-melter instead. So hitting on a 3, and it's missed. So that's all from the Land Raider. So now it's Celestine, and she's got a heavy flamer with the Ardent Blade. So we've got 4, including the Warlord in that mix. So Celestine, she fires up the Ardent Blade, quite literally, and she gets 4 wounds. So it's going to be saves for the Raptors. The equidistance, are you going to want to take them on the normal Raptor first before the Warlord, or are you going to take them on the Warlord? Okay, here we go. So saves, another 3 to go. He dies, there's another 2 on the Warlord. Warlord takes 1. And what's that? That's a cock die. Okay, and he saves the so the Warlord took a wound, but we're going to try and look out Sarah, because they all got the same armor save anyway. So he does pass, so that is another Raptor gone. Okay, so that was the end of the shooting phase, just about. We shot this Predator at some Raptors down the channel, but didn't get the wound. So with them saving on a 2 at night, because they are in hard cover the nearest, the Deathwatch tried to run just to disperse a little more, but only rolled an inch. We're trying to anticipate at least 1, if not both Heldrakes coming on, so they just fan out in a circle. The Blood Claws, they move on a little bit, just fanning out again. Heldrakes just dominating tactics for the Space Wolves. Such a good unit for that reason. And that's the end of the shooting phase for Space Wolves. So this unit runs as well. And the last thing to do is some assault. So we've got Celestine, she's going to try and assault the Night Lord's Warlord. So it's rare that you ever see a first turn charge, but we're going to see one here. So there's still a flamer in the unit, so it's going to be some decent overwatch. Right, so the throw grenade with the boss man, he misses, and the flamer kicks up 2 wounds. Only 1 converts, so we're going to have to save this on Celestine on a 2. And she makes it. Right, so we're going to go in. It's a 4-inch charge, we're going through cover, so we're going to need a 6 here. And we just make it, so we're in on a 7. Right, so the sisters are in, and Celestine is a massive initiative 7, so she will go first. They do have grenades as well with the superior intact, so we do strike at the initiative 7. So we did play our Saintly Blessings for Heroic Zeal, so that's all HQ units, including herself, going to have Zealot. So hitting on 3s, because she's got an enormous weapon skill as well. Zealot, so all hit. And this is the Ardent Blade, so it is AP3, so it's going to carve straight through his armour, and it's strength 5 as well. Okay, so there's 4 wounds. He's only got 3, so he's going to have to save the lion's share here. He's got his sigil still intact, so he's going to have to save at least 3.
He's dead.
Unfortunately, he is dead. That's the Warlord kill. Celestine finds the man. And he does save the last one enough to absorb the Raptor from dying as well. But he's going to fight at the same time as the Superior. Right, so the Gemini Superior easily finish off the last Raptor. It wasn't even close, and he fails his attack as well, because they are surprisingly the same initiative. So clean sweep for Celestine. What a debut for her. Right, so after Celestine's success, we're going to see if these Terminators can go in on the Demon Prince. So unfortunately we are slightly obscured by the wall, and you have to take the shortest possible route. So his Terminator's going to have to plough through the wall. It's a 4-inch charge, but it's going to be extended to 6 because of the cover. So here we go. Oh, failed the charge. The Demon Prince will live on, and Crom is out there in the wind with his Terminators. Alright, so failed charge with Crom, and he's exposed, but he should be able to handle himself. He's with the Terminators. Safe from the Helldrake, dare we say, for now, but that was a successful round, would say. That was turn 1 and 3 points scored. Got Recon, kill the Warlord, and First Blood, so it's really crucial for the Space Wolves to get points early in this tactical escalation. Right, Night Lord's turn 2. It's time for them to retaliate after that big loss. And retaliate they will. Double Helldrake attack. They come onto the board and everyone is ripe for the picking just about. Got the Death Watch hanging out here. They're going to have targets galore. The jump packs move from out of the range of Murderfang, jump right into the fray here, even within melter range of the Land Raider. And the Demon Prince jumps over the top. He's going to do some nasty psychic powers on Crom and his unit, no doubt. And then if he wants to, he might finish off the Land Raider. So it's not looking good on this counter-attack here for the Space Wolves. Right, the Terminators and the Rhino, they occupy this building. The Terminators have gone through the wall. Poor roll to get out of the Rhino for the tactical squad inside, so they've chose to stay in. And there's a Raptor squad just on the other side, so the Terminators might, even if they can see, might get a charge. We'll have to have a look later on. And the Raptor squad that was here has moved up to this wall. They might fancy the chances on Celestine, try and avenge their fallen Warlord. And the bikes are probably going to add their shots as well. So this Rhino moves flat out as well, away from Murderfang. Murderfang's going to be standing there, isolated, out of the fight. So he's going to have to do some running just to try and get back into the fray. But this, again, for the second turn in a row, this is where the action will happen. So when the Helldrakes flew onto the table, there's going to be a double vector strike on Murderfang. So it's strength 7, AP 2, and we're going to see what the result is here. It's only side armour, it's 5s to glance. Just a single glance, not that penetration, that chaos we're looking for, but a glance will do just fine. Right, the Demon Prince, he will do his static phase this turn. He's going to do Breath of Chaos. This is Poison 4, AP 2, and got it off too many dice to even try and deny the witch. So this is going to wound on 4s. It's AP 2, so it's going to be so bad. Right, there's 3 wounds. Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to look out, sir, onto the Terminators from Crom, because he's the nearest. So there's 3 to look out, sir. Let's just do them one at a time. So you look out, sir, there's that one. The Terminator's going to save on a 3. Saves on the Storm Shield, of course. Next one, look out, sir. Passes on the Terminator again. Saves. Good work so far. And again, one last time. Needs to save. No, one Terminator dies. That's got off pretty lucky there. Alright, the Demon Prince, he's been able to cast Baleful Devolution here. This is D6, Strength 6, AP 2 hits. So how many is he getting? Oh, luckily just one for the Space Wolves. Right, what's he get? Oh, he fails to wound.
Completely.
That's a pretty interesting static power. Let's say if he killed one on a 6, you would turn into a spawn. So he's just not feeling that today. Right, last power from the Demon Prince, he's done Doom Bolt, again at the same target, and he's needs to hit on a 2, because he's weapon skill 5, and it's AP 1, strength 8, so this could be horrible if everything goes the demonic way. So it's a hit, he's weapon skill 5, needs to wound on a 2 now. Gets that wound. Right, we're going to have to do Lookout Sir on Crom here. Does the Lookout Sir, we're going to take it on a Terminator with a Storm Shield. Saves again. Those Storm Shields are really coming into effect. I don't normally save like that, but we're glad we do this time. We needed it. So Chaos circle in the skies, put up with the first round of attack, but it's all going to come in now. Right, so we begin the shooting phase, and the bikes are the first one to open fire. So they've hit quite a lot, got 2 wounds, so that's going to be what the Terminator's going to have to deal with here. So we choose to save, and luckily we get them both. So this is the kind of firepower we're going to have to deal with in this Terminator armour. We're going to have to get our 2+ saves. It's a good start, but there's a lot to come. Alright, these Raptors are going to fire a melter gun into this Land Raider. So one shot, and it's missed. This is what melters do. Alright, so Helldrake 1 is going to have a go at Celestine. So there's 3 under the template there, and it's AP 3, so this could be nasty. And yep, that's going to be them all. So what we'll do is we're going to look out. It would be the Superior, the Sister Superior, who would take that first hit. But we're going to look out Sir on her with Celestine, see if she can save on a 2+ armour. So the first one will have to be 4. Nope. So the Sister's going to have to take the first one on a 4+ invulnerable. No, so it's strength 6, so these are only toughness 3, so it's insta-killed her, and then Celestine's going to have to take the other 2, and she does in style. So Celestine absorbs the worst of it, but we do lose a Sister. Right, so Celestine and the Sister's got a save, this time not so lucky. 3 under the template from this Helldrake, and it is the Death Watch, so these are always doomed to die a horrible death, the Death Watch, and that's what they do. So 3 go without even a save from the Helldrake, and that's going to be a morale check for them. So that is the end for Night Lord's shooting phase. The Terminators can't see to shoot anyone, so they're not going to be able to make a charge.
Got one shot from the last can.
Alright, what's that going to fire at then?
The Dread.
The Dreadnought, okay, see if he hits. On a 3. That's a trip. And he's hit, and he's armour 12 on the front. That's the damage. 5, that is a pen. So it's a penetrating hit on Murderfang. There's no save there, he's got a good line of sight. So what is the damage on Murderfang? 4 goes to 5, that's a weapon destroyed. So 1, 2, 3, it's the flame arm. It's the Storm Boulder arm, but he's down in attack, he's got 1 limb hanging off. And he's on his last hull point now because he took 1 hull point from a Vector strike, so he's severely wounded. Right, so now it's the end of the shooting phase, and the Death Watch are going to have to take a morale check, and they're leadership 9. So they fail, so they're going to drop back 6 inches, so not far enough to go off the board, but they really needed to hold ground there. Right, so we're into assault phase now after those Death Watch drop back 6 inches. They're going to go in on the Terminators, so Crom can see he's going to throw a crack grenade at them, and he's missed. Okay, so the Raptors are to go in. These Raptors are in that combat, and then there's going to be another Raptor assault onto this Land Raider. They're going to need a 6-inch charge to get in there, and they fail, but Night Lords in this formation can re-roll failed charge ranges, so that's a really helpful thing, and they just get it on a double 3. Right, and the last charge to be made in this whole section is the Demon Prince assaults into the command squad. So, I don't know what's going to happen here. Right, so the Demon Prince declares a challenge, and the Terminator champion, he steps up because he's got the Storm Shield. So this is the one I'm going to fight first. So the Demon Prince, he's got a Hammer Wrath attack, strength 6. He does wound. Terminator needs to save on his armor. It's crucial, and he does. Right, the Demon Prince has now got 6 attacks on the charge, and he's hitting on 3s. He's got Veterans of the Long War, so he's going to re-roll those 2 misses. Okay, all of them. Right, 2s to wound. And they're all going to wound. This is going to be savage. Alright, so the Terminator champion, he really needs to do something special here. He's going to have to save on his Storm Shield. Saves the first. Oh, dies on the second. So there's still 4 more wounds to try and absorb. So what we're going to do is we're going to do them on, because it's equidistant from this range, I believe. Yeah. We're going to do them on the next Terminator with the Storm Shield. Oh, and he dies straight away. Oh no. 3 more to go, so we're going to do... we can't do them on the Iron Priest or he'll just die. We're going to have to do them on Crom. In fact, we will do them on Crom because he's on an objective and he gets to reroll filled armor saves on an objective. Let's just check this one out. Right, so all the Terminators have died. We've got 3 more wounds left to absorb. So what we're going to do is, because the Iron Priest is the nearest, we're going to have to look outside these onto Crom. So he does look outside them all onto his Warlord because we have a plan. He's saving on a 4. And because he's next to the objective, his special rule is he gets to reroll armor saves. He doesn't have to be controlling it, which he is anyway, I think, but he just has to be near it. So he's saving on 4s here with rerolls. So he's saved 2 of them, just 1 more to save. And he does, so he's made it through. That was really, really scary stuff. Right, so we're going to choose to use the axe with Crom, given if we survive this onslaught from the Raptors. So the Raptor champion with his lightning claws will attack first. He's got 2 on his profile, he's got an extra weapon and 1 for charging. He's got 4 attacks and he's got Veterans of the Long War, so he's going to re-roll. He's got 3 hits and he's wounding on 4s against Crom, and he's got Shred. Right, there's 3 wounds. Right, he's in base-to-base contact with Crom, so we're going to look outside these onto the Iron Priest. Right, he's going to have to take 1, but the Iron Priest is going to take the other 2. So the Iron Priest has got runic armor, so he's going to save on 2s. See if he can. Alright, he saves those both, and Crom has to save on his Belt of Russ on a 4. And he does, so we'll survive the lightning claws. There's a lot of attacks to come through now, though. There's still 5 Raptors to attack. Right, so out of a lot of attacks, 3 attacks each, all those Raptors only ended up with 5 wounds. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these all on the Iron Priest, or as many as we can. So he's saving on his runic armor of 2. We've been here before with Bloodletters, and now we're back again, but this time in a different circumstance. So 2s, can he do it again? He's taken a wound. He's got 2 wounds these days on Iron Priest. Saves 1 more. Could he survive? And he does. He's wounded, but he's going to attack back. That's the crucial part. So Crom and the Iron Priest are going to go. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to attack with Crom first. So I've just checked the rules, and because she bestowed a saintly blessing on everyone within 12 having Zealot, it does last until your next turn. So Crom will have Zealot, and so will the Iron Priest. So Crom's got 4 attacks, extra weapon and counter attack. So he's got 6 attacks hitting on 3s. He's going to need it as well. That Zealot rule. So reroll. Alright, there's all 6. Now we're needing 2s to wound. And Crom rerolls to wound in combat. He's not going to need it. There's well, I think that's a clean out, isn't it? It's all Raptors have died, and because we allocated all of our wounds to them,
yeah.
There's just the Demon Prince left standing. Right, a reaping sweep from Crom sees off all of the Raptors, and I forgot, I actually did give this guy a name. He's called Ivar Bonemaw, because he's got a nice wolf helmet. So Ivar Bonemaw, he will attack the Demon Prince, and he's weapon skill 5, so that's really going to help him out here. He's going to be hitting on 4s against this demon. This demon monstrosity, and he's hit twice, and he's got Zealot because of Celestine. It's all working out here nicely. He's hit 3 times, so he's strength 8. He's wounding this demon on a 2. Right, he gets 2 wounds on the demon. Right, I thought that was going to be 2 wounds, but it's actually we get to re-roll this missed hit because Drakeslayers have Monster Hunter and it confers to the units. That's worked out spectacularly, if we can roll a 2, that is. So we'll can this 3 solid hits on this Demon Prince. He's saving on 5s against that Thunderhammer.
3.
Yeah. Right, he's taken 2 wounds and he's concussed, so he's going to have to go last next turn, which is a real opening for Crom to come in with the axe here. Right, so Crom piles in and that fight will continue. Meanwhile, in the background, this Power Fist tries to attack this Land Raider. It does get rerolls to hit, but it's the wounding part or the armor penetration roll that really is hard to do for them. They don't get any 6s, they're not able to do anything against the Land Raider. They had a Power Fist, which wasn't powerful enough. So it's been a difficult turn for the Night Lords here. The charges did not go the way that I thought it was going to go. It was all down to Crom, and he's re-rolling on that objective, which I almost forgot. But just came through that one, and that was enough to see us through that combat. But really where the pain has happened is the Night Lords pulled for objectives. It was Witch Hunter and Scour the Skies. Of course, we don't have any flyers, and we don't have any psychers, and we don't play where you discard the card if you can't do it. We just play it as a dud order just to add some more drama to the game. So it's backfired this time for the Night Lords. They're behind on points. They've lost some significant units there. I mean, it couldn't go any other way, could it, since Celestine is bringing the light of the Emperor with us. We have the blessings. Turn 2 for the Space Wolves. It feels like so much has happened in just one turn, and more is to come. So the Celestine and her retinue jump over the top and land here, and you'll notice there's now there's a full unit of them, because Celestine, you get a sister back at the start of every turn, so they just come back from the dead. It's called Healing Tears. So she is back, much to the Night Lord's disdain, and she's ready to go into a combat with this winged monstrosity. We're going to see who's got the nicest wings here. And here we are pulling the Land Raider back. He's going to do both flamers on this unit of Raptors, and he's torch these, get rid of them. We're going to have preferred enemy from the Iron Priest, because he is still within 6. And just in case, we've switched mission tactics for these Death Watch to fast attack, so we're going to re-roll ones against fast attack. And these Helldrakes are still a problem, so what we're doing is we've pulled this Predator all the way down the street. He's went 12, he'll be snap firing anyway, so there he is. He's going to add some shots into the sky. We've got another last cannon here, Twin Link, that we're going to snap fire. Another one here that we're going to snap fire. And we've got the 2 Long Fangs flak missiles. We'll fire those up into the sky as well. So we've got our version of anti-air. It's just a lot of snap firing las cannons. Does the trick sometimes, so we're going to see if it does work this time. Okay, the Blood Claws have got the scent of the Terminators in this structure here. They're just there, so it's a small charge we're going to try and make. We're going to try and get those Terminators before they get us. So we have got the wherewithal to deal with them. We've got Power Fist and some Wolf Claws, but the Terminators are Terminators, so we're going to have to really fight hard if we want to come out of that one alive. And Murderfang, like a dog after a car, he's hunting down this Rhino, and he's going to charge it in the back. So move 6 should be a fairly easy charge. It looks about 3 inches from here. Should get in there, probably marmalise that rhino. Still a squad left in there, but it's looking grim all of a sudden. For the Night Lords have lost a lot of units in that first turn in an overwhelming combat in the centre. They just did not know that Celestine was capable of such destruction, and then Crom being able to re-roll on that objective. It's been such a surprising fight out of that impossible situation. But now we're going to close the net. We've got a lot of Skyfire shots. That unit of Raptors should be incinerated. Right, so we're going to do the Land Raider on the Raptors. So the Flame Storm cannons, going to get 3 each time. And we've got preferred enemy because of the Iron Priest in close proximity. So 6 attacks and wounding on 2, so nasty stuff. And again, preferred enemy, so we'll get to re-roll those failed wounds. 6 wounds, it's just a massacre. Okay, so we're going to fire the Death Watch now. We're going to fire up into the air with them. We're going to try and take out the Helldrake with the frag cannon. So I don't think we're in 12 for the solid shot, but it still will be a decent strength 7. Actually we are, so we're going to get a strength 9 double shot at AP 2. Being told the Helldrakes are not going to jink because they're going to need to stay active if the Night Lords are able to somehow come back into the game here. It's been so brutal. There's 1 hit from the frag cannon, it's strength 9. That is a pen, so it didn't jink, but luckily Helldrakes have an invulnerable 5, so you're going to save that on a 5. Okay, that's a save on a 6, those demons do save well. And we might as well fire that combi melter into the air as well at long range. So it's a 1, we do reroll 1s against fast attack, we get a hit. So needing a 4 to glance, no, it's a pen again, demon save 5, and another demon save. So probably the right option not to jink, but there's still more last cannons to come from here, here, and here. We're going to do 2 rockets out the top hatch at the front Helldrake, the one nearest to us. So 2 rockets, 1 hit, strength 7. It's another pen. Can the demons get that save that we've been getting all the time? No, this one goes through. What's the damage? 2. Alright, so that'll be snap firing, although demons get to ignore that on a 2+ because it's got demonic resilience, I think. So on a 2. Right, it's going to ignore that, but it's still going to take a hull point. So the first one has a hull point. Right, so this last cannon has a shot at the front Helldrake and misses, but then gets a hit because it's twin linked. So again, same process. That's going to be a glance. Demon save of 5. Oh, where's that gone? Oh, it's a 2. It's gone through again. So there's another glance. It's on its last hull point. Let's do this one. Up at the Helldrake. It won't get a cover save for being obscured from the building, because in Death from the Skies you don't get cover save from intervening terrain, so it's going to have to rely on that demon save again. So we've missed with the last cannon. We've hit again with our reroll. There's another glance. It's all down to that demon save now. So yeah. Uh-oh. So 1 Helldrake shot down. So that Helldrake gets shot down, just gets chipped away and eventually goes down. It lands over here with a crash and burn and actually kills a Blood Claw. So it spitefully took a Space Wolf down in its descent. So we've now just got this Predator to fire, and it's going to go at the remaining Helldrake. Still not jinking, I'm told. Okay, this Predator, the red dice is the twin linked las cannon at that Helldrake. Right, we've got 1 hit with the sponson. This one's twin linked. Just get 1 hit. Let's see what the result is. It's a 2. It's not going to be enough to hurt it, so this Helldrake will continue on in the game. Right, Murderfang's going to toast the back of this Rhino with his heavy flamer, so on a 5. Nope, that's going to be okay, but only for the time being. He's going to charge in. Right, so the Bloodclaws are trying to prepare the assault, so they fire off the pistols and throw a grenade. Got 2 wounds on these Terminators inside. You can just see them, so they're going to need to save on 2s. Right, they do save, they're going to make it through, and now it's time for assault. Right, we're just taking away the surround of that building just so we can see what's happening inside. So the blood claws are going in on the Terminators, and there's no casualties in the Overwatch, so they're going to attack first, and then because all the Terminators have unwieldy weapons. Okay, so the Wolf Pack leader for the blood claws, he's achieved 2 wounds on this Terminator champion. He has to accept the challenge. He's got wolf claws, but it's not enough to crack that Terminator armor, so we're going to have to save on 2s. So full armor saves for him, and he makes it through on a double 3, so he's okay. But now we've got a lot of chainsword attacks. Right, not good from the blood claws. They come in with all of those chainsword attacks, and they've got furious charge because they are Drakeslayers and Crom is still alive. But Terminators save all of those attacks. There was 6 to save, and it didn't fail a single one. So they will attack back, and the only salvation the blood claws have is a power fist at the back. So we're going to have to see if these Terminators just wipe these out. Alright, so the Terminators attack back, kill all but the power fist blood claw, and it's looking a bit sick here. So it's down to the power fist. He's hit on 4s. Oh, he's hit all of them this time. He's normally terrible with that power fist. 2s to wound, and he's wounded them all. Right, so saves for these Terminators on 5s. Oh, 2 saves, so only 1 goes down. We've lost that combat. Right, so he rolls on the champion table for killing a guy in a challenge and gets 23. He almost turned into a spawn, but instead gains an attack. So he's been blessed by one of the gods, and he's not going to need it against this lonely Bloodclaw. He's pretty much sealed his fate now. Alright, so as you can see, Murderfang just marches straight into that Rhino, easy pickings, makes it explode, and 1 Chaos Marine dies in the explosion, but they're fearless, so they don't go to the ground, and they're not snapping, so they're still in the fight, but Murderfang looms large over them. So they're busy comparing claws at the moment, these two. Alright, so Celestine, she goes into the Demon Prince, and she issues a challenge to this monstrosity for the Emperor indeed. So she's going to attack first, surprisingly, because this demon is concussed off the Iron Priest's Thunderhammer, so he has done well, gotta say. Alright, Celestine has got 6 attacks on the charge. We don't have Zealot anymore, and that is going to be it. We're hitting on 4s, so just 2 hits with strength 5 against this demon. He is toughness 5. Right, there's 2 wounds, so he has got special armor, which is gives him a 2+ save like a Terminator, and that's only an AP3 weapon, the Ardent Blade, so you are saving on 2s with a demon. Right, 1 goes through, but you can't re-roll 1s because he's the Demon of Tzeentch. Right, he makes them both, so he's going to have to survive some power sword attacks from the sisters, the bodyguard sisters. Okay, these sisters, they're hitting this demon on 4s with weapon skill 5, so there's 4 hits. And this is the hard part, we're needing 6s to wound against him. He's toughness 5. 1 wound. Here we go again, 2+ save. Saves, right, it's going to be down to Crom and Ivar Bone Maw to get this done. Alright, but before that happens, we're going to allow the Demon Prince to fight. He's going to fight Celestine. So he's got 5 attacks and he's hitting on 3s against her. He's got a much higher weapon skill. So yeah, go. Right, he's hit nearly all. 1 miss. He hasn't got Veterans of the Long War against Celestine. He's not a Black Legionnaire, so he's going to have to put up with that. 2s to wound against Celestine. She is Eternal Warrior, so she is not going to be insta-killed off these. So off you go. Right, all wound. Celestine will have to save these. Cracks her armour, but she's got an Iron Halo save, as do the sisters. What happens if we fail any of these? They have to be resolved onto her bodyguard, even if she's in a challenge. So 4s. Alright, okay, so this is going to be interesting. Right, so we failed 3, so because the high strength, they're going to insta-kill the sister superiors. So there's going to be 1 superior dead, 2 superior dead, and a wound on Celestine. So they're both dead. Demon Prince gets some blood on his sword, but now it's Crom and Ivar Bone Mortar fight. Right, so here goes Crom. Okay, he's got Master Crafted, so he can reroll that. He's using 4s to hit. Nope, just 4. Find the mark. And he's wounding on. He's strength 6 with this axe. It's a frost axe, and demon is toughness 5, so we're needing 3s to wound. And we do get a reroll wounds in combat. Alright, he's going to have to come through this one. He's got 4 to save on 5, so if you want to do that. Okay, ooh, there's 2 wounds. No 1s, he can reroll 1s this demon because he's a demon of Zinch, so there's another 2 wounds. And he's got 1 wound left, so it's now down to Ivar with his 3 attacks. He's hit once. Could this be it? Wounds on 2. He's wounded the Demon Prince. It's all down to 1 dice roll. So let's see what happens. And he's failed it. Oh no! So the Demon Prince has died, and the new triumvirate. These 3. These are just unstoppable. What a mixture! Right. So the triumvirate of doom rolls on down the street. So that Demon Prince is nigh on unkillable, but somehow we caught him and killed him. And with that said, it's been such a brutal game for the Night Lords. They've conceded, unfortunately, but that's just the way it goes. What really did the damage was in their turn they pulled some really stinking objectives, so they're not able to come back or score any points. They've lost a Helldrake, they've lost a lot of men. There's only this unit here having to deal with Murderfang in the next turn, and I don't like their chances. There's just this unit of bikes who Celestine will probably catch and kill. There's just this unit at the back, and there's 2 Terminators in here. Probably kill that Bloodclaw in the next turn, and then there's just a 5-man unit in there, but they're at the mercy of just so much. There's a unit in here, there's a full unit in here with a plasma gun, so they would no doubt see off the Terminators. They've still got the Land Raider fresh, Deathwatch, another unit in here fresh, and the Predator's looking around for shots. Got the Bloodclaws in here and a line break and drop pod, so who knows what we would have got in our next turn. We've already scored this objective in our turn, and objective 5, which is over there. We can't score that one, but we did come away with another victory point, so it's all stacking up for the Imperial forces. It's just not coming in for the Night Lords. So if you watched the last game between these two, it was pretty much the opposite way. The Night Lords just absolutely took the Space Wolves apart, but not this time. With Celestine on our side, she came not only on golden wings, but with the blessings of the Emperor. So, bit of a kick-in, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. But it was nice to see some of the new units in play. I really like using Celestine, and obviously these two are legendary in what they do. Duo